Hi everybody, we're Rob and Leslie Hildebrand.
Welcome to the Château de la Grifferaie.
3 years ago, we sold or mortgaged everything we had to buy this beautiful chateau.
With the hope that we could create a special place of learning for young people to learn about their world and themselves.
It's been an amazing adventure so far, with so much more to come.
So come along with us as we wake this sleeping beauty and restore her to her former glory.
Hey everybody, it's your old friend Rob. It's a new week, time for a new video. We're here, we're back at the Chateau. We got all the students. It's been great. We just finished church. We had our own service in the Grand Salon, which is pretty fun. I think Leslie asked her to take a little bit of video because we got lots of players this year, lots of piano players and musicians, and so that's been fun. I think Eric is leading today, and you can enjoy it. Noah's playing the guitar and Dade on the drums, and I'm on the upright bass. Hey, we're back at the Chateau. We got a good video. Some interesting things happened at the Chateau. Some of it students, but also we had some difficulties. We had a major difficulty with a pipe. So stay tuned for that. The week begins, I'm gonna try to do some narration here because otherwise this video might feel a bit disjointed. The week began with us still on the Paris trip. And so the northern swing. So we were at Mont Saint Michel, beautiful Mont Saint Michel. Look at that there, we're walking in. We also went to Versailles. I think we got some good shots of the students there. And we stayed in Bayeux one night too. Now, again, remember, Bayeux is the place with the beautiful cathedral. And we didn't think we were gonna get inside. And then we went there and the doors were open. Some of our students went in and it turns out there was some kind of concert. So they enjoyed the concert. They all sat together and heartily participated. Now this is fun too. There was a bunch of ceremony with this. We don't exactly understand what kind of concert it was, but there was this parade and people were, there was a drummer and a lot of older guys were dressed up in their outfits, and it didn't look military. Maybe somebody out there knows what this was. Can you interpret the different things we're seeing here? We're not sure what these, I don't want to call them costumes, but these somewhat elaborate, clothes. We're not sure what it was all about. Anybody know? Lots of fun. And then we got into the car and we drove to the Chateau, and that's always one of my favorite parts of the trip, honestly, because students are so excited to see this beauty, and they come and they take all kinds of pictures and they just have a lot of fun. Now we have some traditions. One of our first tradition is when the students arrive at the Chateau, we do something called Sante. And in France, when you have drinks, I think, you clink the glasses together and you say Sante, which is to your health. And then you do the Sante, and then you have to look people in the eyes while you're doing it. So you'll notice, I think Sierra took some video here. She's gonna go around to everybody in the group and Sante.
Sante. Sante. Sante. Sante. Sante.
Absolutely.
Sante. 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 Where are my Santes? Sante. 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 Oh, we can drop. There we go. Sante. Grace. Here. Sante.
Leah, did I get you? Sante.
And that's always fun. And of course, we've got the beautiful sparkling apple juice right from next door. So it's the perfect Sante. We also had a good week with the students in class. I tend not to put a lot of video of class on because I don't want them to, feel like they're being on display or anything. And a lot of great things. What we really discovered really quick, how having a piano has impacted the Chateau. Do you think having a piano changes things? I've never seen the Grand Salon with this much attention. Everybody's hanging out. We have beautiful music. Everybody enjoys being there. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? I love it. I love it. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Oh man, I love it. We've got a couple that play regularly. In fact, more times than not when I walk by the Grand Salon, someone's playing. So that's been lots of fun. Good morning, friends. So we're back at the Chateau. The students are here. And honestly, Leslie and I are working 12-hour days. So it's been super busy, but we want to try to get some video up because you guys have been good to watch us and we want to keep that content coming. And you know, honestly, it kind of becomes a bit of a relationship, I think, right? Like, I mean, I guess we don't know you as well, but you get to know us a little bit. And sometimes we actually get to know you. One of our students this year is actually Grace, and she comes from Iowa, and she heard about the program because she saw the YouTube. She follows some Chateau channels, and so I think she's having a great time. It's been fun to get to know her a little bit. Anyways, but you know, you also get to know us, and so it's nice to keep the, I don't know, relationship going. This year, here we are behind the restaurant. This year we have 4 great GAs, again working hard. We handpick them. They're former students, so we know they're good attitudes, and we know that they're good workers and just all around good people. And they're doing a killer job. And Heidi and Sierra, Heidi's sort of our kitchen GA, and Sierra's our Chateau GA. And then the guys, Eddie and Noah, are out doing work on the yard mostly. Now, isn't this fun? We had a bunch of wood that we trimmed off, and then we had some stumps that are making it difficult for us. So we thought, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. This is what happens to stumps. Now, that's not actually stump, but it's that kind of idea. We get these bramble bushes, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger. So we're trying to cut the stumps down to the point where we can just mow over them. So this one's done. You can see had a fire here. We burned the stump down. This one is my favorite. It's like Mordor, or it's like the fires of Mordor. And not only does it burn the stump, it's like burn the tree down into the ground, which is super cool. Now at this point, someone's gonna comment, and I know this as well, that fire just keeps going down there and it burns the roots. We're okay with that. There's nothing close. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's all right if it burns for a while. We'll put some dirt on it now that it's down here and finish it up. And it's easy for us to put dirt because coming around, I'll go over here. We got extra dirt here. I imagine this tree fell and kicked up a bunch of dirt at one point. This one's going to be hard to burn out. It's, you know, there's a lot of wood there, but we'll take some of the dirt, fill the other one, and we're going to level these off. Really thankful. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is a bramble bush. There's a stump in there. It's actually a huge stump, but you can't mow to it, and so then it starts just getting bigger and bigger and bigger with the bramble. So you gotta get that thing down so we can mow over it and not have this big bramble bush.
Okay, the GAs, they're out working hard on their little lawnmower. They got working. Look at them go. Woohoo! And down here, we're washing the pool fence. Yay, we're gonna give it a nice facelift. Yep, so Sierra's working on that, and we're gonna have a few students out here. We're gonna change it from white to black because I don't want to see it anymore. It's not that good looking. And eventually this can be a pool, but no pennies in the bank for that yet. But until then, we will at least get it clean. We had bulrushes in here, you name it, ducks, you name it, there was in here. So hopefully we can get this all out. It'll be great.
We've had lots of great meals at the Chateau. A couple of our favorites. I think the students have been, some of them have been overwhelmed with how great the food is, and Leslie working so hard, and others. We got Ray, we got Leslie working hard in the kitchen, making some food. It's great. We've got students working this year with us. Way to go, Ray. She's in the kitchen right now. Heidi, of course, is in here often. And we got some other guys over here. Thanks, guys. These guys are not working. They're having a party. They're having a ping pong party. But that's okay. There's gonna be pizza in here in a minute. It's beef bourguignon day. The boys are excited about the beef bourguignon.
Yes, sir. I have no idea how to eat this.
Take some lovely video of your
You should
food.
have just told me you needed drugs.
Beef bourguignon. Isn't that nice? The ladies dressed up on the far side. Oh, very nice. Very respectful of the meal. Yep. See these guys over here. Beef bourguignon. Beef bourguignon. Can I come in for a close-up of your beef bourguignon? Oh, that's beef bourguignon. Oh, that's good. Oh. Except Kaylee doesn't have any yet. That's terrible, Kaylee. What's wrong? They haven't got it to you. Wow, guys, what a day. We got a bunch of students. We've got 4 GAs. We've got Brian and Nina. Everybody working hard. Leslie and Nina and Heidi Co. in the kitchen. the meal today, guys. Oh my goodness. Well, here's the pictures. Look at this. It's beef bourguignon and then kind of a fruit flan cheesecake for dessert. My goodness, guys. And then we have a student who has some experience with small motors. So this guy broke down again. And it turns out it's the solenoid in the starter, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So he figured out what it was. First of all, we don't have to wait 2 weeks to get it diagnosed. And then he showed us how to jump it and just bypass it. So we're back out mowing, and isn't that wonderful, man? I think I mentioned before, this year we're going to have some of the students do a little bit of student work. I think we're going to settle at 3 hours a week. So they're going to get out there and do some stuff. That's been great. Already we've seen progress on the Chateau. All right, that's good. We got Hunter clearing out the weeds. Doing good. Good. Talking about, Logan. Yeah, thanks, Logan. So over here in the front corner of the yard, I'm gonna come around here. We've got a nice path that goes all the way around, but it keeps getting crowded out by thistles. So today's job, Saturday, I'm not teaching today. So we got the big hedge trimmer, the pole hedge trimmer, and we're gonna go and take this down a bit so the students can walk through. It's really quite a nice walk. So Noah's been doing the fires, and Eddie, and both Noah and Eddie are doing trimming, which has been great. And then Eddie has been out here at the sports field. Now Eddie is, he's a very good soccer player, and I think he's worked with the soccer team at my old school, Multnomah. And anyway, so he's kind of preparing the sports court. Remember, we have this beautiful sports court. Beautiful at one point. It's got a great fence still, and it still has some asphalt, but it's all, I don't know what you say. It's like the grass has grown through it, so you can't really play on it right now. It had all grown up terribly like that. And he's been taking the weed whip and the blower, and he's been clearing it out. At least we can play some futsal in here maybe. Someday we'll get some hockey sticks for our Canadians. And obviously basketball would be the one that would be kind of the big one. And pickleball too, maybe pickleball at some point. That's super popular. So at some point we really do hope that we can get this thing going. It's not a huge priority, but it would be a great addition. Another one of the things I love about having the students here is that, you know what they do is they all take pictures of themselves and of the Chateau and of France, and then they upload them. And so it's just super fun to enjoy their Instagram. I want to show you pictures, but in the meantime, they've been taking pictures of this spot. This has become a bit of a spot with the flowers in the Chateau. Lots of fun. Little picnic. I told everybody to ignore me. That's right. Hello. Picnic. I gotta get some video because we gotta get a video up next weekend. Whoa, there we go.
Trying to catch for something beautiful. What do you mean by that?
Grace, she got her omelet there. We got Dave, who's been our electrical plumbing hero. And then we got Natalie's coming up with hers. And then we got the ladies, welcome. Okay, here's Natalie's, I'm really quite pleased with it. That's a nice looking omelet. We're gonna flip that over. Let's see what we can do with one hand for the camera. Oh yeah, we can. We're gonna saute that, we're gonna put it on our plate and give it the roll over. Boom! Boom, hopefully a happy customer.
It's a beautiful fall evening and some are reading and some are playing. We can hear Rob out there. They're playing soccer. Love that. So good. And the beautiful fall sunset. Love it.
Playing a little bit of soccer. Got some soccer guys this year. Gonna watch the high. Yeah, he's gonna throw it to me, but unfortunately the other team's a little better than us right now. Here they go. See if Eddie can get it across. Oh, he's getting harassed. Uh-oh, that's trouble. There it comes. Uh-oh, Tito. Whoa, whoa. Lots of action. I really need to put this away and start playing. Whoa, hello. Good game, good game. I don't know how the video worked for that. It's a beautiful place to play. Beautiful place to play. A little bit of athletics. A little exercise for us. Oh, look at the beautiful sun coming down. Oh man, another good day. Guys are still playing, but I'm old. I'm calling it a day. It's fun to see the chateau with a little bit of light on it. I like it. They're having fun. It's got to be 8:30. Sun going down a little bit earlier now, but this is a good little corner. It works for us well. They're young. I'm gonna have to shower again now. You go into it saying, I'm not gonna run. I'll just have fun, but not get into it. But then you can't help yourself. But everything in the week was not easy or great. We ran into a significant problem in our basement. Stay tuned. There's other advantages of having other students here and people in the house is that they see stuff. Like for example, Dade comes and goes, hey, you know you got a leak over there. I'm like, what? I don't know how long that's been running for, but we gotta find it. Okay, here's where we're at. So we found the leak down low, and Dade, who by the way, one of our students, Dade, is a plumber's apprentice. So welcome here, Dade, nice to have you. And he suggested we cut up the insulation a little bit to see if because he was feeling it, he said the insulation didn't feel too wet, so he thought the leak was coming from not too high. So sure enough, we took a look all the way up the pipe, and it was dry up there, and seemed to be dry in the middle, and we cut the bottom, and the bottom's completely dry. So that's actually really bad. That means the leak was coming from down there. Now, it's one copper pipe, and unfortunately, I'm gonna get down here and show you where it is. It's the back pipe. It's that one right there in the back. See that one right there. And what was happening, you know where the leak was coming from? Let's see if I can hold the other hand. There was like this conduit, and basically the water was seeping up from the conduit and out. That means that the leak is somewhere down under the floor, which is really bad. So we have 3 water points in the kitchen, and I'm fairly sure that the leak is somewhere between there, and it runs down here, and then it runs under the cement all the way over to this guy, and then under the cement over to here. I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere under the concrete. So that's really bad. That's really bad. So what we're doing right now, we have a few different water mains for the house, and I've turned the one that goes to the kitchen off, and you can see the lines are still draining here. I've got them up, fully open, and the water's still running through the pipes. And I want to see if, in fact, our leak over here, I'll turn to it, if this leak stops leaking when this water's off, that means that this is, in fact, a water line. Now, it could be, I think, some of these are radiator lines. So I was checking to make sure it wasn't a radiator line. That'd be easier because we don't really use the radiators. We could just shut it off. So if it wasn't nighttime and if the stores were open, what we would do is we would cut this line. I'm gonna get down here and use my hand. There we go. We would cut this line here with the reciprocating saw and then try to put a shut off. So we just turn this off and leave the rest of the house on. And then theoretically, we could even have a switch so that we turn the water on to the kitchen when we're using it and turn it off. Of course, eventually we'll have to probably break if in fact the leak is somewhere under the ground, we will have to either run another cable, shut this off and run another pipe somewhere else, or we're gonna have to break up all this concrete and run it over to the kitchen. The only good news is that Leslie really wants a new floor, so she might get one. But I think this is going to be the last time we put pipes in underneath the ground. That's a pain in the butt. You can see the water is still leaking out of there, even though I've got the main off, but it's slowing. So I think maybe it's just running from the top of the pipes. The only way we get lucky is if we cut more of the plastic out and the leak is right there. It's possible, but that would be very lucky. Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking about what we're going to do here. The water is starting to all have drained out of the pipes. I think it's slower. Looks like it's going down. Less water down there. And so it occurs to me, tomorrow when the store is open, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this pipe and we're going to put a shut off on it temporarily. So we'll close this pipe off. And then we're going to figure out what doesn't work. And maybe it's cold. We know that this is hot. It's cold water. And maybe it's all the cold water in the kitchen. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere else. Or maybe it's just one of the sinks. And if it's one of the sinks, what we could temporarily do is shut it off here, cut it off, cut this, put a shut off here, and then we put a shut off at the kitchen sink, and then we just have hot water at one sink instead of hot and cold, temporarily, till the students are gone. Then we can, if we have to dig up the cement in the floor, then we can do that. But in the meantime, maybe we just have hot water in the kitchen. Now, if this runs all over the house, if this runs up to bathrooms and stuff, we got a bigger problem. And we got to figure out how we're going to fix that. Yikes. For tonight, I think what we'll do is we're going to leave the water on so the guys can go to the bathroom and use the shower, because there's 25 people in the house. And then maybe our night check guy, Eddie's our night checker these days, maybe at midnight when everybody goes to bed, he's going to turn off the water main so this thing doesn't run all night. And then in the morning we'll turn it on again. And then I'll run to the plumbing store as quick as I can and get a shut off on it. Okay, so it looks like we've definitely found the shut off because it's almost stopped leaking now. It's pretty much the lowest point in the chateau, so it's like the last place that water is going to stop leaking. Sometimes when you just take a minute and try to figure out a problem, you come up with an idea. So I thought, well, I could kind of hear the water dripping and running. So I thought, I'm going to go up and I'm going to get the ladder and I'm going to go up here. I'm going to see where it goes. It's not those two shut-offs, which would have been nice. But then I followed it. I was following the pipe, and it looked like the pipe went through the wall right there into this room. I thought, oh, let's go check. Let's see what we can find. So sure enough, we went in here, and we could see that the pipe, I'll come over, came through here and ran over here. And then I saw some shut-offs. I thought, hey, let's try it. Let's try it. And sure enough, guys, this one right here, listen. Hear that? That's the cold shut-off that runs to the kitchen. So temporarily, we've shut off the cold water to the kitchen, the lower kitchen, and they still have hot water, but they do not have cold water. But we don't have a leak temporarily. It's a good temporary fix for now. So we definitely have we definitely have some work that's going to need to be done for that. But we'll wait till the students are done. We've got another, I think, 8 weeks. This is a 10-week session, and then we'll get to the major project of maybe digging up that kitchen. Oof, yikes. Guys, thanks for coming with us and watching all of this. I'm going to take you out with another picture of Noah playing some classical music. You can enjoy that while I'm talking. Also, a quick update. We've made progress on our electrical. Remember, we told you that we had that great church near Seattle who's sponsoring some of our electrical work. And we've had our electrician in, and he's got a plan, and we're buying supplies. He's also given us a quote on some solar power. So we'll put that on the videos. You can see those going in. I think it's going to be less than $3,000 for the solar power. That's for 3 kilowatts, which isn't a ton, but it's going to, at times it'll take half of our demand down. So that'll really help us financially. It's been great to have you with us, and thanks for coming. We'll see you next week.